This video will teach you some basic Genome Browse skills that you may find helpful throughout the course. Hint, hint. Let's start by launching Genome Browse. Let's plot a few very useful tracks by using the Add button highlighted here. We want to check the boxes of the following tracks: reference sequence GRCH37 G1K 1000 genomes, RefSeq genes 105 version 2 NCBI, Billy Ashcraft, PharmGKB variants, and PharmGKB Missense. If you do not have all of these tracks in your ad window, there is a link in the YouTube description below this video that will show you how to add them to Genome Browse. Once you have all of these tracks selected, click Plot and Close. You should see all of these tracks in your window, but they may not look exactly like they do in my window. Let's go ahead and start by resizing some of these tracks. You can resize them by clicking and dragging the dots at the bottom of the tracks. You can zoom in to see individual nucleobases using the scroll wheel on your mouse. You can also zoom really far out to see clumps of information with your scroll wheel. Let's make sure we're all on the same page and rearrange our tracks. You can move tracks up and down in the Genome Browse window by clicking and dragging them from the bar on the left. Let's put these tracks in the following order: reference sequence G1K up top, RefSeq genes 105 under that, and then variants Billy Ashcraft, PharmGKB variants, and at the bottom PharmGKB Missense. Oops, I almost forgot to mention you can use the bar to zoom in and out. You can also use the magnifying glass icon to zoom into sections of the track. Cool. Now, let's say we're interested in a particular gene, EPHX1. I can type the gene's name in the feature and genomic coordinate search bar up here. Hit enter or click the search button and Genome Browse will find the gene for you. Now let's say I'm interested in getting a little bit more information about the SNPs I see in these PharmGKB variants and PharmGKB Missense variants track. What I want to do is click on the gear in the top left of the variants track, click the pull down menu and select Identifier. Let's do the same thing for the Missense track. Click on the gear icon, click on the pull down menu and select Identifier. Your PharmGKB tracks should now display the RSIDs of these SNPs. Now, this is the best part. If I click on the feature list icon, also on the top of the variants track, Genome Browse opens a feature list of all the SNPs currently displayed in the track. Up here there is an All and a Zoom button. Make sure the Zoom button is selected. You should have a list of 7 features with RSIDs that match those on the track. If we use the sideways scroll bar, you can see a bunch of information about these features. For example, I may be interested in the variant consequence column. Hint, hint. I can expand it by dragging the column edge. The variant consequences column tells me the consequences of particular SNPs. For example, the first SNP is part of an intron. I encourage you to take a look at the other consequences for yourself. We may also want to gather a feature list for the Missense track. Here, we will see many columns of information that we may find useful. Hint, hint. One thing I do want to point out is the RefAlt column. Notice that this feature has 3 possible nucleobases. It is triallelic. The second feature only has 2 possible nucleobases. This one is biallelic. I encourage you to look through some of the other columns in the Missense feature list. You may find these columns to be particularly interesting. Hint, hint. Good luck.